defender side. 2 players coming in from the A flank. You're going to have this crunch setup. If you can win your duels towards A long, you've got a really great setup to take this site.
Yeah, for sure. But player one, I mean, I'm not sure if he's going to be ready for Marv, and that's a big issue, isn't it? When he just kind of jumps in with a classic, it's going to be nigh impossible to do much of anything. And he didn't even need help. FaZe are going to be able to easily clean that up. And really, from the get-go, they had
a double kill with a shock dart. So he's always cool, calm, and collected. He knows he's got to be the player to clutch it out, especially when you're that Sova in these retake scenarios. It works out wonders for them. But even better, so I'd say here for Gen.G is the key point with FaZe is that Baby Bay, he would normally be holding on to a frenzy, but because of the damage that was done in the last round, he doesn't want to risk it. He doesn't want to force the fact that his team will have to buy around him. So FaZe losing those 4 players, they really haven't had a game where a pistol round, the round of fall, they haven't really been challenged. They would have this bonus, but Gen.G do so much damage. FaZe are a little bit broken here, and while this should be a clean round, Gen.G really putting on this pressure in the early stages. And even in this situation, I'd still write Gen.G up for a couple more frags as GMD absurd shots here on the A bombs, like quick 2K, and it's actually put it into perspective. 2 frags more to find. Make it just the one. FaZe, it's a little bit close, and GMD's not done just yet.
Wow. They're starting to aggress out towards mid, Sully.
Yeah, I mean, FaZe, they haven't had any struggles, I feel like, throughout this entire bracket, right? Their side of the bracket, arguably probably one of the easiest. Beast Coast, I think, was the hardest challenge, and even then, they swept them under the rug 13-7 on both the maps that they played. So FaZe, this was going to be their first real challenge. The mentality going into this, it's going to definitely be a little bit different, a shift from such an easy opening 3 best-of-3s to one that's of such high caliber, but clearly FaZe, they've shifted that mentality swimmingly well, and Marv as well seems to shift right into it. First frag is his. Quinn does end up trading it back, though. We do still have a 4v3 with the spike down, and GMD's flicking out another. There's still 3 to find, and Corey's already on such low HP here, Kieran. There's really a chance that Gen.G could find themselves back into this round quickly.
But the aggression needs to begin quickly. That spike is really starting to tick at this point, and time is going to be of the essence. This is a 3v5, you have to mention, for, Gen.G to overcome. But again, they don't have the time. I think even now, if they get on the bomb, it's too little, too late. GMD has to get away, and unfortunately, it's not the enemies on FaZe that are actually going to go ahead and finish them off. It's a timer.
Really only going for certain aspects of the map. The key thing I think with FaZe's offense right now is that they're not predictable. They'll send one player super aggressive down C long, whether that be Mard, whether that be Corey, and then they'll switch it up instantly with Baby Bay out towards A long, and here it is again. Baby Bay straight into the site is trying to open up some space, and he's gifted his team that, but unfortunately these crossfires being held are clean here from Gen.G, but they've relieved them of the site now, and FaZe once more have got another retake in their hands, and this time 3v3.
Already looking a little bit better, but you have to be aware that player one lurks in heaven. And of course, the artillery doesn't exactly favor the bold side of of Gen.G. As you see, GMD, speaking of the devil, actually does appear on flank and find that first kill. Player one is really the one that I'm kind of worried about. This is still a very winnable 1v3, I feel like. Even still, with the odds being stacked against him, Marv has that experience, and he has a bomb ping for him. That's some more time, but I think it just makes me think, like, you know, what happens if they call it a tactical pause and try to figure this out early? What kind of half could we be looking at in that case? Because it felt like FaZe just, you know, I don't know. They haven't been phased at all by this early aggression that Gen.G have brought. Still, they push in. Still, they try to press W into the A-bomb site. And really, the only thing that can stop them is probably going to be this, I don't know, maybe a teleport on the flank? I don't know. I mean, these ultimates kind of feel nigh useless when it comes to actually trying to make a dent. TP for information doesn't find anything.
That's all I wanted.
For sure.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I was going to say Raucus is already tucked away out towards long. And so far, it's a pretty strong setup. Corey's even got the showstopper if he wants to. A very well-timed Cypher Cage in player one. I think he just seen the tip of his head as well. Out goes Corey, and down goes Sean with a rocket. Popping out from beneath. Zach's got to hold the line. He's got one bullet left in his mag, and not enough aim to hold him down. Gen.G. You leave just that Killjoy to set up turrets, really play contact on C. But this is interesting from FaZe, just due to the positions that they're taking. Crossfire has been held on both long and short, and the slow progression here from Gen.G. It looks like FaZe are in a pretty good position, I think, take this round, especially with that Alodron getting that information, keeping Gen.G on their toes. But Corey, I think, gets a little bit too aggressive there. But Marv will make sure he doesn't go down in vain. Trades it out for a 4v4.
Now we enter the lull of the mid-round. Luckily, the fatalities were relatively minimal on the attacking side, so Gen.G can live to fight another day, shift it over to the other side of the map completely, where there's only a swarm grenade really ready to greet them. The rotates are going to be a little bit late, and it's going to come in the form of 3 players on Faze. Another swarm grenade at the ready. Might be popped to hold and choke out that close angle by the box, and I believe, who is it now? Quinn is trying to hold, but he's not warded off. Now this is a very comfortable position for the other side, Gen.G. Being able to anchor down onto the site is going to be a very welcome sight for them here. Dark coming in isn't going to find anything whatsoever, but the first kill will actually go the way of Babybay. Trades do come in, but they're kind of mediocre. For the most part, Gen.G aren't able to do much of anything, and yeah, there you have it. Clean indeed. Wait, player 1, how has he actually made this possible? Never mind.
But it didn't
I mean,
need
it's
to go
still going to
that
be a
far,
win
so
for
Faze,
FaZe, but
good retake as well. Again, we're going to keep on speaking that aggressiveness from Babybay, how he wants to open up things. Even on that attacking side, we saw how much space he's creating, and that retake draws so much attention away to allow the other players from Defender Spawn to work their way into the sites, and the rest is history. Faze, they look good opening things up in the second half, but does that trend continue with Gen.G trying to storm back down by 7 rounds?
This is going to be incredibly scary, though. The force up is indeed in effect, and really, Raucus isn't letting anything slip by. 2 kills found, and slowly we have ourselves another round on the plate here, and it's still not stopping. Gen.G, they don't even need to get that spike down, and already they're fragging out hard. We find ourselves in the 3v2, favoring the attacking side, favoring the bold. However, there's still one little linchpin that Faze have yet to show off, and that comes in the form of Babybay. Slowly walking up towards short, is going to wait and coordinate with his teammate Corey before they actually look to push in.
Oh, and it's the fact that it's a Bucky. This man has been so good on it. How does it work out this time, though? He needs to get close. He needs to get aggressive, draw some shots. Corey, that's a great first kill. Spots a second, Babybay. That's unreal. The boost on up and drops on down, but no heads have been dropped. No kills have been found, and Babybay will be the one going down. Gen.G somehow pull it out, and Sean finds Gen.G their 4th round. Still holding on to the Spectres and the Bulldogs. A nice bonus, especially when you lose the pistol, but you pick up the 2 after. The nice 4 spy. They knew the situation they were in. They knew they couldn't lose that second round, and they opted to take that risk, and the risk gets paid off well. The reward is significant. Babybay, a quick smoke onto his feet, keeps the recon bolt from spotting him out, and perhaps even furthermore the owl drone, which hasn't even gone his way. Babybay, what can he get from this one, though? This could be actually perfect timing. He could easily wallbang mirror. Does he go for it, though? Yes, he does, and it's only attack. This man's on 1 HP. That was a headshot, but Raucus finishes it off regardless. A great combination of utility and skill out towards the A side, but Quinn, his dash has opened up this C site, and while they've got that first kill on the A side, it's all going down on the opposite side of the map, and another 3v3 retake.
Oh my god, it just never ends. Thing is, too, on paper, I felt like FaZe should have been able to take that one. Unfortunately, the wallbang headshot isn't quite enough to finish the job onto that poor Sova, who's just trying to stay alive for dear life. Unfortunately, they will fall at the end of it, and this is all going to ride, I feel like, on Babybay to try to, again, make space for his team. But those knives don't find anything. The only thing that is found is by... Never mind! It is by Babybay, but it's by Jumping Classic? Really? It's not by the knives? It's not by the Vandal? It's by the little sidearm that you get by default? Sure, whatever. If that works for you, Babybay. Go ahead and look forward to that Blade Storm being a notable factor for FaZe, win or lose. So Babybay, I feel like needs to find something here.
No, it has to be. Oh, missed shot, doesn't connect it, but Marv is quick on his feet, and once more, Quinn hungry to take that trade back, and Marv is shut down, nearly has the head of Quinn as well. But for now, FaZe, they've got that opening pick, but at what cost? They've taken the C side. It feels like no way Gen.G can work their way back in, especially with Babybay lurking around with that operator. Picks up a second, and once more, the X Factor has a ride for FaZe. At long last, Gen.G are put down on the offensive.
Takes a while, but again, sometimes the operator is such a big change of pace. You saw both Jets actually being probably the most silent pieces on their team so far. Near the bottom of the scoreboard for the two, both sitting at 10 kills, but kills don't mean everything. Quite obviously. If you want to look at kills, Raucus has definitely got a good amount of them, and he holds around this corner, and there you are. Now he's going to add another to his tally. Just an ironclad setup.
Perfect. It's all anchored, or all
go ahead
spearheaded by
and end it right here, right now. That Blade Storm is going to be such a big factor as well. Maybe if a retake comes to fruition, who knows? But FaZe, I think, have a lot on their mind. Definitely using that tactical pause for themselves just as much as Gen.G did. But backs against the wall here. Gen.G are going to try to never say die. That turret is only going to do them a little bit of good in actually stopping the eventual mess that's coming on in. Here's a teleport, here's a Hunter's Fury, and here is a showstopper. But the show will be stopped by Zachary, just holding in Garage. He does it all by himself. A 4-on-2 made into actually a 1-on-4. And poor Sean has nothing he can do. There's that Bladestorm that I mentioned, but it's going to be nigh useless because quickly and suddenly,
just any fashion in general, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading into it finally. We do have mostly an 8 sake coming in from Gen.G. No, exactly a full 8 sake from main, and in it comes.
Zachary, he's stuck underneath hell, but he sent one down below. Quinn hopping into the site, taken down, and Marv picking it up where he last left off. Haven was his. It was one of the maps that did get them eliminated in NSG to Equinox in a best 3 in the round of 32. The first map they played was Ascent, picked by Equinox. It did go 10-13, so FaZe definitely didn't look too shabby on this map, but it, again, isn't going to be one of their best. It's their insta-ban, and this is kind of why. They get aggressive, they get over-aggressive, and Gen.G read them like a book. Quinn sits in the back and waits for that, picks them both off, and player one even finds Corey. It's looking good here for Gen.G to take their first round.
No, it's looking real good, and I think at this point, FaZe, they did have a little bit of an actual setup towards the round in terms of just off angles, but none of them really succeeded. Just good stuff from Gen.G, checking their corners, winning out the 1v1s, and well, now this round is about to be done and dusted unless Zachary pulls off something insane with a Bulldog. Has a couple of players that are a little bit low on HP. If I'm not mistaken, player one coming in from main is one of them. Spike finally being planted. Again, no actual pushback from Zachary. Instead, it's actually going to be even more damage taken away from Zach. Rockets only has a Spectre to save up to, so most likely looking to upgrade at this point. And yeah, just a good round from Gen.G. Nothing too insane, nothing too much to analyze in terms of an actual take either, because we just simply haven't seen it. FaZe have become more and more aggressive towards choke points, silly though. That's something that we've definitely kind of highlighted in the past 2 days.
Well, Zachary getting a little bit dicey. Lear goes out, no chance to win this round. Another stat to note is that FaZe, in every single loss of Ascent, at least in the last, I think, 3 maps that they've lost on Ascent, all of them have been 10-13. I thought for Zach. Okay, Zach. I thought for a second he was going for a ninja.
Again, FaZe, 2 players in the back of sight. They do have the util set up ready to go off the Killjoy, but it's slowly being taken away by that Owl drone. That's smart. In comes Hwin, looking for some damage. Zachary, he was playing up on B last round, but he has adjusted, and he's insane. Massive frag onto Hwin, and he already does so much damage onto the players coming up from main. Marved and Zachary, it's just going to be an easy farm for them. It's really just Jimmy Marved. Huge 3K farm on the round. FaZe, they confirm out a 4th. And, I mean, again, I want to hope, right? Marv is getting so much information from this. Not a singular person is going to be going over towards A main. Really, all he needs is maybe to get a couple of headshots from mid. No one even spotted him.
They don't even know. They have no idea.
They have no clue. Marv just blew his first chance, but it doesn't matter. He might be able to reinvest into that situation in just a little bit, but who knows? Rocket's now trying to hold down this side alongside his buddy Corey. Corey gets 2. Marved. Again, same thing with Baby Bay, but Baby Bay goes down. Oh no, Marv, you gotta swing. Marv, you gotta swing. He's gonna get revealed, but it doesn't matter. There you go, 2-on-2. Quinn does have sight, but there you go. Killjoy ulti is up, the lockdown, but it just doesn't matter. It gets destroyed. 2-on-2, Sully.
And Hwin, he's on low HP, but it doesn't matter. He's holding on to an operator, and if we know anything, Hwin is clinical on the scoped rifle. Hwin, what can you get from this one? Nearly has a lineup. Marv, though, shuts him down before you even get started. Mikael stuck in the boathouse, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and he's been squashed by Marv here. 5-1. Marv, a great flank and a great setup for the site, taking that 2v2, and FaZe still looks sharp, holding on to a massive lead over Gen.G. Marv really giving himself a lot of freedom to make plays, to give his team information and build around his style. It's working so well here for the likes of FaZe. And Corey, what can he get from this? Flash to go out there. We already know there are 3 from this breach, but he only tosses out 1 and backs away with 1 left in the pocket. Nothing more to come from it yet, but as Marv picks up the first, he's continuing to aggress. He wants more, as same with GMD, and they only have pistols to play with, your Gus, but they're trying to make it work, Gen.G, and they can't find much except for the single frag so far.
potentially get a spike plant down. They have one player at least trying to force out the situation on B. Of course, it would have been optimal to actually put the spike up on Gen.G himself, but again, more information the better. And speaking of information, the neural threats, it is out. The neural network is revealed. Now Gen.G, they're struggling to actually make their way on site, but in comes Win, and Michael actually getting some frags. My lord, FaZe! Are they about to get ecoed? There's one more person in heaven. He might get exposed. Player 1 takes down Corey. Now it's just down to Raucus. 1v2. He would have to wait 15 seconds for that recon bolt. So again, it's no info for now. Just has to make his way in. Player 1 has the off angle. Oh, but the shock dart reveals him.
Out of charges.
That's just a little bit of time. In goes the peak, but no, he's away. And not only that, but his opponent is revealed. In goes Raucus. He evades the shock dart. He barely has enough time to actually make his way onto this spike. He's clearing his corners, but Michael's gonna get it. You see the word on your screen, folks. It's a thrifty round. It's an eco round for Gen.G.
With overwhelming numbers starting to swarm him and even bullets starting to come his way. Gen.G, they have that opening pick, but what more can they find? Corey, that is so risky to hold the flash out. Thankfully, Zachary picks up the kill, and same thing with Marv to even things out to a 3v3, but FaZe maybe getting a little bit reckless and a little bit too complacent as the last round and a half creeps upon us.
Shadows traveling.
Getting closer and closer, but we could have that first nail in the coffin if Raucus can actually clutch out this round. A couple of frags over towards main would be very efficient, and at least trying to hold off on time for his teammates to rotate, but it's simply not going to happen. It's going to be a cat main split between Zachary and Marv off this retake. And oh, Zachary, there you go. That's going to be rough. The lockdown is in. Michael think that he can be slick, and he actually does take down the lockdown. That's great. But what is he going to do next? Quinn, last person remaining in a 1v2, has the back of sight, has only a little bit of util, has both updrafts and a dash. He has to do the dash to actually get these kills. One person going to emerge. That's Zachary going to go down. Great spray down from Quinn. Oh my god, English. One more person remaining. Marty's going to go down. 1v2 for Quinn. 8-4 scoreline. I mean, Gen.G actually making their way back a little bit at the very end. Snag out Raucus. Again, these two players for FaZe that are so lit at the moment. They're just going to have to go for this first initial interaction. His first contact on site. And not only that, but player 1 has a good setup. He has the 2 Ks in front of him, essentially evading everything. Oh my god, that Rolling Thunder didn't do anything. It did nothing.
30 seconds left.
3v5 now, Sully. I mean, FaZe are just up against the ropes.
I thought 100% that would have been the killer. That would have been the blow that takes them down. But no, FaZe, they're fine. Or not FaZe, Gen.G are completely fine. Mikael avoids it completely. And with 13 seconds left, Zachary's got to go huge. He's got to get this second frag. And they're back in this round just like that. This one isn't over just yet. Corey has to go fast. He's got to go furious. The bomb, the spike, it's down on the ground, but no kills to be found. GMD wins it. The bell saves them, and he won't even get the final kill. Raucus knocks him down. Gen.G.
Revealing area.
Once again, FaZe approaching up the B site, but this time it's a little bit more direct. They make their way in immediately off the round beginning, and once again it's going to be a 3-man hold of B for Gen.G. That to me is very interesting. Not many teams even go for that, but well, good combination. Flashes. They're gonna overwhelm the person in Boathouse, and wow, this is actually working for FaZe. Marv gets the kill onto Michael on site. Zachary with another a little bit earlier, and now it's a 2-on-3. Player 1 alongside Win trying to clear out this site. FaZe already knows they do not need to peek out the stairs area by any means. Win is about to pick this spot. Yes, they want control of site, but they don't even need to go for the pick. Quinn still making his way up, and there you go. He's smoked up. Oh no. This is where Quinn can make some real noise. He has the knife, Sully.
Oh my god! A shot through the wall, dashing on over. Quinn's trying to pull the Alamo. He won't get it done, but player 1 sure as hell will. What a round from Quinn. Last second, he pulls it off. Shot through the wall. What in the world? 11-10, Gen.G flip the
Now
switch
has
and
the
FaZe
lockdown.
are now
And here we
down
go,
in terms
4 on
of
5.
Oh, that Killjoy, it's going to buy them so much time. And the thing is, Gen.G, they don't have that Hunter's Fury to fall back upon it, taking their time, trying to see if they catch anybody aggressing. All 5 of Gen.G grouped up, sheep in a herd, and Baby Bay is the farmer. What can he get from this, though? They're coming all around the corner. And it's hunting season here, ladies and gents. Baby Bay, he doesn't get anything. The wolf is taking him down, and the sheep stay alive. They continue to move into the site, but Zachary is what awaits them. So much chaos erupting, and Corey beneath the heavens is still holding on. 1v2, and
Whoa!
Sean is not going to pull this one out. One more round, ladies and gentlemen. Map 2 has been a barn burner,
This
and
game
we're
kind
here
of
just to
encourages
enjoy the
you
ride.
to save a whole lot more than, you know, of course, what we're talking about in CS, because even in CS you can get a whole lot of bonuses just from, you know, very small things. This game doesn't exactly have that luxury all the time. But, well, now at this point, FaZe, they're facing on what is a group of classics in a singular frenzy, and they're making it look easy. Baby Babe with 2. GMD, however, does take 2 back, so that's a little bit of a reinvestment for this squad, but not much. We ended up seeing one of these players, if I'm not mistaken, with a... does take one out. Does take out Sean. With that showstopper, could have definitely taken a whole lot more, and in comes the whole Baby Bay with yet another one. Michael on the front lines is trying to make his way through that smoke. Quinn in a beautiful spot, but is it too little too late? Indeed it is. 10 seconds left on the round. He has to run on away. He even has the knives to try to help himself out, but he's gonna have to save him for an eco round. Marv takes him down. It's the Hounds of FaZe.
Oh, here they come, Baby Bay. This is what we were wondering. How is he going to play this operator? Clearly nothing has changed at all, Baby Bay. Good opening on the Sean there. Bookman advantage gained for FaZe, but can they build upon it? You mentioned him holding on to these blade storms, but instead it's not an eco. He's doing it in a full rifle buy. You're getting shut down a little bit by that turret. He's lost definitely a lot of HP off of him. The armor gone as well. Jumping into the middle of the bomb site. Corey's got one and swinging back around. Hwyn looks for the second, but Zachary in his space with the Phantom sends him down to just 2 men. 4 versus 2, and GMD, he's got a decent position and he's got a chance at another kill, but no chance is given. There was a crosshair being held regardless, and player 1, despite the great position he's in, against 4 players, what are the odds he pulls this one off?
I mean, player 1 is insane, right? In his stats at the moment, how he actually does deserve to really just be going for frags. 12, 2, and 1 KDA, only dying in the rounds where Gen.G won. And again, this guy, a little bit cracked.
Oh.
And he's going for yet another frag. Gen.G, they don't have the best of setups either. They only have pistols. So it's not exactly that huge, right? Something for FaZe, though. Corey has to get this frag onto Sean, but Sean has the high ground, and he's going to be able to snag the frag. Gen.G, only down a singular man, but Marv is still trying to farm. Look at the flank mid.
Omen, Reyna, it doesn't matter what agent he's playing, he still wants to find these opening picks. He still wants to create these flanks, and he's even smarter than the barrel. Triggered discipline, 2 for Marv, the hungry man. And boy, oh boy, Mikhail is starving. Nothing on his dinner plate. He's a lone man walking in the world of FaZe, and 6-2 FaZe. Make it look so easy. It was basically an anti-eco. Gen.G did that much to Stingers at. And now they're on the retake. They're on the back foot for what feels like the first time in truly forever.
Well, that's massive. Gen.G can finally get back at least a little bit of confidence and overall just ground back on FaZe. Again, this ground can be picked up in an instant. We already know this. The defensive side of Split was already giving, it's like a 99% type thing. There is a chance that it could happen, but Gen.G, if they lose out this round, FaZe will be able to extend out to a 12-3 scoreline. That puts them at match points. That puts Gen.G in an awful situation, but the Stingers are out, Sully. Let's not get too grim. I've been very grim about Gen.G this entire time, but let's see what they can actually pull off. Player 1 on the Bucky, because hey, why not? He's just sitting in the cage, sitting in the smoke, waiting for someone to peek. There's already someone low on HP, would be able to get up a frag on that. Heaven has been taken by FaZe. Player 1 is just waiting for the smoke to dissipate, and it's going to happen. Player 1, just spray through it, get it! Oh, he finally does, but the damage has been done. on. Corey, he does get taken down off. No, he doesn't get taken down. He's not traded. He just gets a frag. Gen.G does have the man advantage though, Sully.
Oh, but FaZe, they've got the spike down for now. 4 versus 2. Another kill goes the way of Gen.G. Complacency kills, and FaZe so far have been too complacent in this round. Not ready to pounce, not ready for the key trades. The trademark trades of FaZe, and right now, they've got 2 players to the wayside and 4 players for Gen.G to throw at FaZe. 2 players go for the swing. It's just down to Corey, and Corey
Wow.
alone isn't ready. The speed of the Stinger, and Gen.G, they keep it alive here, Gus. You mentioned the economic disaster that would behold them had they lost this round, but they win it. They close.
Energy, and speaking of the energy, the Empress of Darkness has come alive, has come online. Now it's on his way in. Michael though is watching down towards main. It's a massive kill through the cage for player 1 onto Corey. In comes the Killjoy ulti though. Only Raucus goes down. It's a good trade for FaZe to even take. Now it's a 3-on-2. Player 1 once again watching this cross. Spike will go down and he has no idea where it even got dropped. Still just watching out for what would be a couple of players to walk into that crosshair, but it's not going to happen. FaZe, they want to stay safe, and now Gen.G have to push this situation. It's player 1 and win once again.
2 of the big heavy hitters, especially in that last map. Player 1, big place to clutch it out. And if anybody I feel like is going to clutch it out, it now has to be him. Player 1's been exposed, and Zachary spots him out. 12-7. FaZe, 1 more round to make top 8. And what a story is coming around here. Mikhail still holding it down. 3v3. What more can they find? What more do they want from him? 3v2 now. And the spike, it's yet to go down, but it will now. And Gen.G, their tournament lives now, Gus, are on the line.
Cover going out.
2 for Gen.G. It's going to be Hwin and player 1. A dynamic duo, to say the least. They've been cross-firing with one another this entire game. Whether we're talking about here on Ascend or otherwise. Heaven is completely empty. Gen.G are just wasting their time by clearing this. But of course they have no clue. It's a minefield of FaZe players. And again, you say this about Valorant every single time. Too many angles to clear. Not enough time. Zachary! Zachary puts the nail in the coffin!